Illustrations of an internal rape. Defined as crime caused by dire lust, healed through trust. I felt that. I'm feeling that. It all started years ago. Too naive to make up conclusions about life. My life. Mentally enclosed by 4 dark, cold walls with no upper covering, no exit, no entrance. Trapped and weaved within underdeveloped brain cells that only understood basic knowledge, simple mathematics, plain phonics, the ABCs and the 1s and 2s. But nobody mentioned the complex advancement of what it means to be human. Sure, I lived and still am living. A thread of an everlasting nightmare was what had happened to me. I felt the cold breeze of incoming stormy winds whistling through the air vents of my tiny but flowy mini skirt. Mind you, it was cutely matched up with a bra-like spaghetti tank top. Dying leaves trying to hold against my toned melanin dripping legs. My body, spirit, and soul became a fodder to late afternoon farce, although my body concentrated more on the essence of nature. My mind could not help itself but think that it's all too good to be true. I spaced out all the various membranes of my brain, shifted and shafted them to lighter thoughts, happier moments, glorious days, somewhat a full life, more like full of cracks and pranks. Anywho, back to my story. As the clock ticked 18 hours sharp, I began dozing off. Even with a million thoughts on my mind, I needed to rest. Funny how a lot can happen during nocturnal hours. A lot that can teach you a lesson, but also a lot that can change your life. That very same early breeze, I felt it again, but chose to lease it away. My bones began trembling, my nerves were overstimulated, my heart skipping beats faster than a broken record. My face cringed deep down my deflated pillow. My ears instantly became instruments to strange sounds. My mouth, accompanied by dry chapped lips, went deaf on me. My eyes could not shut down, nor could my face resurface itself. In the midst of my self-horror, my pajama pants were seductively stripped off of me. One would even think otherwise. But those early dying leaves came crawling up again at what looked more like 2 meaty tree trunks being poached, nitrogen-based. An evening fog swifted by and vanished away with my favorite pink lace undergarment. I was half naked. My limbs pulled closer to my body, but it was no help. A demonic spirit pounced down from my uncovered ceiling, stared dead into my fearing eyes. All I saw was a disgustingly lusting portrait, a grisly, round, scarred ogre drooling on top of my face, a spirit that carried a hyena's laugh with hippopotamus teeth. My pajama shirt was suddenly untied. I felt it. My chest became tighter. My phlegm blocked my breath, but my voice mute. My boobs began deflating and wrinkling up. All the life in them was gone. My flat tummy became a water slide to the spirit's tongue, not knowing where it started or ended. My nerves internally screaming, my body externally still but crying. My legs continued shaking, oblivious to the bloody protection of my fucking vagina. The penetrations began. One hard, deep thrust after the other. Missionary was its favorite. My hips and thighs kept spreading with every penetration. On and on and on and on. My stomach became dry as my legs were under lockdown. Even the extension made a difference. Underneath all of that, my intestines had intertwined too much. They even burst. I was vandalized. That's not the end. I even lost track of time. See, a lot can happen in nocturnal hours. This time around, my face didn't enjoy the sight of his spirit. It twisted more over. It twisted me over. Like those dying leaves that had crawled on me. My face still cringed. Below my pillow began lubricating a salty ocean, but no waves. My tears flowed down to my vaginal pool of blood and became the Red Sea. That was a sign for his long-ass thick dick to pass through, to penetrate deeply into the rectum of my round, voluptuous bum. Again, thrust after thrust, my Red Sea slowly turned into a raspberry coulis flavored gelatin. Lord knows how loud my heart was internally screaming. My body was demolished, scarred, toyed with, sexualized. Only protection was my shield of tough skin. Thrust after thrust, it would laugh. With every penetration gone in, it moaned, louder than a minor virgin. My heart kept longing for the ending, but it was just beginning. I was finished. It slowly exited its dick out of my rectum and quickly into my vagina, but from behind, still as concrete, my body deflated just like my boobs, till the AMs my genitals inflated into dirty, stale hula hoops. It stopped. Finally, for the first time in forever, my mouth had found its peace. I screamed in sadness. I cried in loudness. My chapped lips shook off dead skin. My tongue felt an essence of its nature. Suddenly, my face was lifted. Felt like I was heading to heaven, but I was fleeting to hell. Spirit lifted my face to resurface. Gosh, this wasn't the end. Spirit pounced up and down. Mouth was suffocating, breath blocked, lips stretched, gums tearing apart, teeth falling apart. It finished me. Spirit continued, pounced up and down, quickly, rapidly, harshly, continuously. In the midst of my self-horror, my only remembrance was a soulful morning, shone by a bright star at 12 hours sharp. My soul was lifted, exited my dead body, rose up to my uncovered ceiling and followed its God perpetrator.